some really interesting innovations are happening on the driver front, specifically around the types of materials that companies are using. Now, drivers, they used to be made of these big lumps of the same material, persimmon or steel, but now companies like Titleist are using new and different kinds of materials. And then they're combining them together so that they can move the weight of the driver around in all these interesting ways. Anyway, to learn more about Titleist GTS line of drivers and how I could use it to improve my own game, I went to one of my favorite places on earth, the Titleist Performance Institute in Oceanside, California.
So you just hit some warm-up shots with the gamer. I want to talk through some numbers and kind of what we've seen with this. So there's occasions where you pointed out, at the start of the fitting that occasionally you can see this left shot come into play, the low spins. But you've also shown something where you can actually spin it, catching it a little bit towards the heel, but a little bit high into the right. So your spin differential can change kind of between 1500 RPM.
Because I'm overcompensating for the thing I don't want to see, and all of a sudden the spin's just going.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're, in fairness to you, as any good golfer would, you're trying to make this work. You've seen something go left, you then go right to combat it, and then at some point you'll find the middle. But when you're playing golf, 6-7 holes in, when you find that middle, it's sometimes the damage is done. Yeah. So really our goal today is to try and harness the good things, the speed that you've got, the height, the fact you can hit a high ball with little spin, push in a really good spot for some opportunity. But we've just got to tighten up some of that dispersion and some of the consistency and keep that ball kind of down fairway 9 times out of 10. So when we look at a driver, what are 2 things that you would like with a driver?
Distance and consistency.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
So we would call it in our terminology here speed and stability, right? And it's really hard to get a driver that does both. You've seen drivers before, when you give somebody tons of speed, it's not very stable. Then you give somebody tons of stability, aerodynamics, weight, it takes a little bit of speed off. Yeah, and it can be high, it can be spinny. So we look at our GT driver that was very fast, it was a really good driver. It's like, how do we improve GT without sacrificing one or the other and giving somebody both? So we're taking weight, to your point in saying it's lighter, we've taken weight out the middle. So we're still
out the middle, so right around here.
This whole thing here, yeah. Okay. So that PMP material.
If you listen carefully, Louis just said PMP material. To explain just what that is, we've brought in Dr. Chuck Golden, Senior Vice President of Golf Club R&D at Titleist, to explain. Chuck?
Proprietary matrix polymer, or PMP. What is it? Traditionally, in driver design, there's been a trade-off between center of gravity depth and moment of inertia. PMP really allows us to design a driver in this space. So now you get low forward CG, high MOI, good stability, and oh, by the way, best-in-class aerodynamics.
Thanks, Chuck.
So, I'm going to open this one up here for you, and I'm going to hand you this. What do you think of this? What are you feeling?
So immediately you can feel this is where the weight of this club head is. This is quite heavy.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can even add additional weight to that, right? So for somebody that needs even more weight, we can start to put heavier weights in the front. If that's too heavy for somebody in the front of the bus, we can take some weight out into that smaller weight you've got, bring some weight further back for somebody that potentially needs that stability side of things, or even to help with some ball flight with some height and some spin, some launch.
So you can move the weight around kind of in any direction.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's really like now we're starting to kind of play a preference on what somebody needs, really fine tune a driver to be individual to what that golfer needs.
Cool.
I'll let you build it. We can build it together, and then I'm going to show you.
Like a little puzzle piece. Look at that.
Absolutely.
This is the light. This is the light bit. This is the heavy bit. Then you've given me this weight, which goes back here.
Yeah, you can even take some weight away from it. So what we've got here at standard, you've got 8 grams in the front, 5 in the back. So there's a potential opportunity for different golfers to bring some more weight to the back of the bus to increase stability, help with height, spin, launch.
Really interesting that you can move it around. This is like a whole new lever that you guys can pull.
So we are going to hit some GTS products. Cool. I'm going to keep you in terms of when we're hitting these, going to keep some constants in there so we can see some numbers directly. Okay. So I'm going to keep you in the shaft, I'm going to keep you in the same loft.
Okay.
And we're going to hit every head model.
I like the look of this one a lot.
I love that you say that, because as a fitter, we've got access to these numbers, we can see ball flight. Yeah. But there's certain things that I can't fit for, and that's player preference.
Yeah. Oh, that felt great.
Come and have a look at that one. I mean, look at your consistency, right? We look at like, you know, you've got that speed side of things, and all we've done there is move that weight back, and you're now carrying the ball 20 yards further, rolling out 20 yards further. You're still hitting it through the same height window. You're still launching it very similar. Everything's very similar. We just put you in a more efficient window of speed and stability.
So the front part of the driver head is heavy like you'd expect, but the middle part is surprisingly light. But by using that material to make it so light, Titleist designed the driver to be ultra adjustable. Whereas most drivers have the design kind of locked in place, the GTS is designed so fitters can move the weight not just left and right, but also forwards and backwards based on what the golfer in front of them actually needs. Man, this thing goes so straight. Whatever you did with the head, weighting-wise, it's just
working, right?
So what Louis had done for me is to move the weight more into the back of the driver head. It was like a little signature for me. Some golfers, they like the weight more forward, but for me, when he moved the weight more back, it just felt like the club was matched up to what I was trying to do. The shots were going higher and with less spin, and I walked away just really excited about the next time I get to hit a tee shot.